but obviously it's the easier fight is Rolly, so I understand, but you know.
How do you think that fight played out?
Which one?
Rolly.
Yeah, I think Ryan
Rolly
wins.
has got urge for Ryan Garcia. We worked in a 2 sparring session we were together. And right now, it's going to come down to the mindset he fight. Whoever comes in the fight with the better, stronger mentality.
Me personally, I believe Ryan.
Knockout or by point?
I would say that fight.
The anticipation for May 2nd in Times Square is reaching a fever pitch, with bold predictions from the boxing world only intensifying the excitement. The clash between Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero stands out as one of those rare bouts where the result feels both destined and entirely unpredictable. Hinging on who you ask and how thoroughly you break down the mindset and fighting style of each man.
You got lucky. Yeah. You got lucky.
Yeah, Rolly's always somehow finds a way.
The Rolly Police. Rolls in.
And this might be the biggest payday of Rolly's career.
Sure.
How do you see the fight going?
I just go that now.
Sean Porter is firmly in Garcia's corner, and his prediction is anything but vague. It's based on shared history. Porter highlights the common opponent both fighters have faced: Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Both Garcia and Romero suffered losses to Tank, but Porter believes that defeat taught each of them valuable lessons. However, he sees Garcia as the one who truly absorbed the experience, returning sharper, stronger, and more composed.
With Rolly, I think Rolly became better from fighting Tank. I think that they knew certain mistakes that they made. That I think they believed in their game plan. Got us all to believe in their game plan. I think they came to this fight with the right adjustments, but took it too far, I guess, for the sake of words. But I think that they'll both be better. Yeah. In their fight against one another, I don't know how to.
They're both super raw. Yeah. I think Ryan got more talent.
Porter isn't simply siding with the flashier fighter. He's closely watching Ryan's trajectory after the Tank fight, noting the subtle improvements in focus and ring awareness that often separate raw potential from true championship grit. While he does acknowledge that Rolly gained something from the same experience, Porter's tone makes it clear that only one of them has truly elevated from that moment, and that's Garcia. It's not just about experience. Porter sees a level of raw talent in Ryan that he doesn't see in Rolly. When asked if Ryan has more talent, he answered with a firm, yeah. It wasn't a maybe or a hesitant nod. It was pure
Rolly
conviction.
calling out Ryan.
Yeah.
How you like that fight?
How you like that fight?
Oh, that's a good fight. I think that's a great fight. I'm gonna be honest. I think that a lot of people is like, I'm crazy. I think that's a great fight. I worry that they both got Gervonta "Tank" Davis PTSD.
Rolly calling out Ryan sparked reactions, with one response going, yeah? How do you like that fight? Followed by, oh, that's a good fight. I like it. I think it's a great fight. While some people might think it's crazy, many believe it's a compelling matchup. There's even talk that both fighters are carrying a bit of Gervonta "Tank" Davis PTSD. Adding more weight to Garcia's side, Tim Bradley believes Ryan's signature left hook will be the decisive blow in this fight, and he's not being metaphorical. Bradley genuinely believes Romero won't see it coming, won't survive it, and won't recover from it. But his prediction goes beyond tactics. It speaks to character development. He's noticed a change in Garcia, and that change matters. The loud, erratic, and sometimes self-destructive version of Ryan that made headlines in 2023 seems to have been replaced by someone more composed, focused, and professional.
I think Ryan's gonna catch him with that left hook, and it's gonna be 9-9. I think Ryan has changed, definitely. I think his character has definitely changed. With the way he's just playing it now, a lot more calmer, very respectful. Look like a real businessman now. He's not all loud and crazy like he was. He's kind of toned it down a bit. So I respect that with Ryan, man, and I think he's gonna be a lot more
isn't
focused.
just seeing improvement in the ring. He's seeing it outside as well. He sees a businessman, a man who has toned down the chaos, someone now chasing legacy rather than Instagram likes. When Bradley sees a fighter make that kind of transformation, he takes it seriously. He predicts Ryan will train harder than ever, stay laser-focused, and unleash his power with surgical precision. In Bradley's eyes, the result will be a knockout, emphatic, definitive, and brutal. Then there's Sergio Mora, who doesn't waste time on politeness and calls it exactly how he sees it. His prediction isn't about who wins, but how fast someone goes down. Mora views Garcia versus Romero as a gunfight with no cover. Two powerful yet flawed fighters charging at each other with minimal regard for defense.
Romero comes to knock people out. You know, he has some holes in his defense. I think it's going to be a short, explosive fight where either of them could get hurt. Because Garcia's vulnerable defensively as well.
Ryan says 4 rounds, and he's out.
There you go, see? I was going to say 5, but yeah, man.
I've been hearing 4 and 5 from a lot of fans, whether either way. When it's rolling,
that fight doesn't go into the second half. Too much firepower, you know, too much.
That's not disrespect. It's an honest assessment. Mora believes both fighters can take damage and deliver it. But with defenses as leaky and punches as dangerous as theirs, he's confident this fight won't go past 5 or 6 rounds. He doesn't care who lands first, only that someone will. And when that happens, the lights are going out. Mora specifically highlights Garcia's recent opponents, noting that since facing Oscar Duarte, Ryan hasn't been in the ring with someone who can truly punch. While Devin Haney may be a skilled technician, Mora considers him feather-fisted. Romero, on the other hand, throws with violent intent. Mora isn't expecting patience. He's expecting chaos, and in his view, that chaos will be brief and explosive. Mora also draws a crucial connection to the October plans hinted at by Turkish patron Al-Sheikh. The Saudi boxing figure has made it clear that the future hinges on the present. Garcia needs this win not just for redemption or a title, but to unlock the opportunity for another mega fight against Haney. Mora frames the May 2nd event as an audition. Lose, and you're off the script. The October card, stacked with names like Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia, will only happen if everything falls into place. A loss for any of them, and that storyline disappears.
Who's next? Is it Devin?
It's Devin. We already signed.
But Devin has to. Okay.
He has to. We have to win. We have to win. Can't look over past our opponents. So, yeah, we already faced off. We're already ready to go. So
Mora believes Garcia understands the stakes, and that pressure and urgency will drive him to take risks. That's why Mora's prediction isn't just about who wins. It's about how violently and how quickly this fight will end. But just when it seems like the tide is all blue and gold for Garcia, Claressa Shields enters the conversation like a storm. The undisputed queen of women's boxing doesn't hold back in her prediction. She doesn't want Ryan to win. Instead, she wants Rolando Rolly Romero to knock him out
Put his
cold.
damn lights out. Because Ryan's a drug cheat. And he know he cheated. And the world keeps saying, oh, Devin didn't get out of the way of a hook. He got hit with a steroid hook. I don't know why you guys keep putting that word off. It's like, it wasn't just a hook. And I feel like, too, you know, I want Rolly to win because Ryan, disrespectful, man. He's a disrespectful kid, you know. And I think everybody giving him a pass now. He's doing better and he went to rehab or whatever the case may be. That stuff is in him, man. That's his
Shields
character.
is speaking from a place far deeper than analysis. She's speaking from a place of outrage, disgust, and perhaps even betrayal. In her eyes, Ryan Garcia is not just a flawed fighter. He's a disgrace to the sport. Her fury is focused on what she calls Garcia's steroid hook, a reference to his failed test before the Devin Haney fight. Shields isn't alone in this sentiment, but she expresses it with volcanic intensity. She doesn't accept the narrative that Ryan was just going through something. She doesn't buy the rebranding, and she doesn't care for forgiveness. In her world, when you cheat, you carry that shame forever. For her, there's no clean slate, no rehab, just facts. And those facts tell her that Garcia doesn't deserve a win.
Ryan Garcia did a year ago. How concerned are you with that left hook that he is so proud of?
Not very concerned at all.
At all.
At all.
Shields also addresses what many in the media try to avoid: Garcia's past behavior on social media, his racial slurs, his wild videos, and his complete lack of discipline. She calls it what it is, and refuses to let the recent wave of positive PR sweep it under the rug. In Shields' eyes, Ryan Garcia is getting a pass he hasn't earned, and she's not willing to give him one. Her prediction isn't based on tactics or footwork, It's based on justice. She wants Rolly Romero to send a message that ends the illusion of Garcia's redemption arc. It's raw, personal, and just as valid as any technical breakdown.
And it still hasn't been a apology from him yet. Look, I don't care how drunk or how you was. That's not acceptable. I have to give a lot of respect to Devin because I would have handled things way, way differently. If a girl
all the noise, the reality is that Rolly Romero has a puncher's chance, though it's more than just a chance. Nobody's giving Rolly the benefit of the doubt when it comes to finesse, but his wildness is his strength. He thrives in the chaos. If Garcia hesitates, underestimates, or fails to protect his chin, Rolly can make everything Shields wants come true in a single swing. That's why this isn't just a fight. It's a statement, a test of talent versus chaos, redemption versus resentment, and narrative versus truth.
Rolly has our urge on Ryan Garcia. We worked him in 2 sparring sessions when we were together. But right now, it's going to come down to the mindset of the fighter. Whoever comes in the fight with a better, stronger mentality to me for this fight. Because Rolly's, of course, with a different trainer with Salas. Ismail Salas, my guy. But it's a style of training from what I train. And then you got Ryan. Reynoso's busy right now, so he's with his dad or whoever else. So now you got to check this out.
Shakur Stevenson didn't hesitate for a second. He made it clear that Ryan is winning this fight and isn't dragging it to the scorecards. Ryan, he said flat out, Rolly is not that good. Ryan is a better boxer. That's a brutal assessment coming from a technician like Shakur, who knows how to dissect flaws in a fighter. If Shakur believes you don't belong in the same technical realm as your opponent, it says a lot about where he sees the ceiling for Rolly Romero.
Come and fight, or if he's gonna jump out the ring or have an anxiety attack, like, keeps everybody on their toes, man, because
But it's not just skill that Shakur is measuring. He's banking on a knockout, suggesting he sees something in Rolly that leaves him wide open for disaster when faced with someone like Garcia, whose power and timing, despite his critics, remain serious tools in his arsenal. Teofimo Lopez echoes this sentiment, but adds a touch of caution. He knows Rolly's game and has felt the danger in his hands, understanding the kind of storm Garcia will be walking into. Teo's breakdown of the matchup shows more respect for the threat Romero brings.
Actually, congratulations to Rolando Romero. He's going to change his family's life with this money and with this fight. So good to both of those guys. I think it's a great matchup.
He's aware that
Teofimo is aware that Rolly might be used as a stepping stone in Ryan's storyline toward a bigger bout, possibly against Haney or someone else. But that stepping stone isn't flat. It's jagged and unpredictable. If Ryan takes one wrong step, it could derail every plan laid out for his 2025 campaign. Teofimo made it clear. Ryan has to be careful with Rolly's punching power because Rolly still has it and could definitely capitalize on any mistake Ryan makes. While Teo might not be predicting an upset, he's not ruling out the chaos. That's what makes this fight less of a tune-up and more of a tightrope. Romero, despite his 16-2 record and a reputation for being an awkward, even crude brawler, does one thing exceptionally well. He punches hard. He doesn't set traps, doesn't dazzle with footwork or ring IQ. He just walks you down with odd angles, waits for an opening, and throws punches that feel like flying bricks. Even Tank Davis admitted it. When asked who hit harder, Garcia or Romero, Davis didn't hesitate. I ain't going to lie. Rolly hit harder.
But yeah, if he don't got no chin down, so Rolly be getting caught. But Rolly, he can hit, bro. Like, he can hit. He's the only person I felt like when he swung, it felt like bricks was in his hood. That's a hard really like. That's the hardest one to break in your career. Is that the hardest one? Squad that was like that.
It's not just a soundbite. It's coming from a fighter who's shared the ring with both men. If the only person Tank Davis has felt power from is Rolly Romero, that means even with all his flaws, his chin, his defense, and his sometimes wild flurries, there's something in those gloves that can end any man's night early.
Going up to 147. To 147. There's many possibilities. There's the possibility of him having a better chin, which I don't I'm not sure if he's going to have a better chin. There's probably the possibility of him being faster, stronger at 147. But him moving up to 147, the only thing I think that he's really going to get is him having a better chin, because at 140, he was getting hurt multiple times. His last fight, he didn't get hurt. He's a little bit, if I'm being honest, he'd be a little bit more.
Ryan knows it. That's what makes this fight dangerous. Garcia isn't walking into it blind. In fact, he's hyper-aware of what he's facing. If I get caught with one shot, it could be the end of the night, he said. He might not be the most skilled, but if he lands, it'll be an early night. That's not a lack of confidence. It's a sign that Ryan is entering this bout with the right focus. It means his left hand will be loaded, but his right hand will be tethered to his chin. It means his feet will be moving, not dancing or darting, but constantly resetting to ensure he doesn't get planted long enough for Rolly to line up a bomb.
Quick question: how's everybody doing? I haven't talked to you guys in a while. That everybody's doing good.
Yeah, hope everyone's having a blessed day. Rolly, we coming.
He didn't hesitate or frame his thoughts cautiously. He went all in. Ryan, without a doubt, will beat Romero. Ryan is going to stop Rolly. That kind of certainty comes from someone who's either seen the sparring or studied the tape, and Davis isn't wrong to call it early. If Ryan tags Rolly clean, and we're talking one of those lightning-fast left hooks he's known for, it could be lights out in any round. Garcia has a knack for that shot. The twitchy, off-rhythm, jump-in-and-snap-your-neck kind of hook that knocked out Fortuna and put Luke Campbell on his back. If Rolly lunges in with one of his awkward angles and gets caught mid-attack, it won't just be a knockdown. It'll be a statement.
You've got the most eyes on you, the most to prove. What's your prediction? What's going to happen May 2nd?
I put Rolly to sleep with a left hook. That's it. That's what you're going to see.
Yet there's a silent countdown ticking. Everyone agrees Rolly is dangerous for 6 rounds. That's his window, when his awkward style, raw power, and unpredictable energy are at full charge. After that, he fades, not just physically, but mentally. He starts taking unnecessary risks, throwing shots from his hips, standing in front of punches, and forgetting the basics. If Ryan makes it past round 6 without getting clipped, the rest of the fight will likely belong to him. That's what makes this fight not about whether Garcia wins, but how.
Going up to 147, there's many possibilities. There's the possibility of him having a better chin, which I'm not sure if he's going to have a better chin. There's probably the possibility of him being faster, stronger at 147. But him moving up to 147, the only thing I think that he's really going to get is him having a better chin, because at 140, he was getting hurt multiple times.
And those questions matter, because this isn't just about Romero. This is about Garcia's redemption arc, the Haney rematch, a potential mega fight against Tank, maybe even Shakur. The stakes are enormous. If Ryan loses to Rolly, it's not just a loss, it's an implosion. Turki Alalshik's carefully mapped storyline, the marketing machine, the promise of a Ryan versus Haney the Seku in October. All of it goes up in smoke. The rematch would still be possible, sure, but it wouldn't carry the same fire. No belts, no steam, no edge, just 2 guys trying to reboot a broken narrative.
He understands this generation on how to promote fights. You know, you should be seeing what he's bringing to the table. He's bringing, Mr. Beast into play. He's bringing KSI, all these guys that are huge names that are gonna, amplify the promotion. He's gonna move the needle. You're gonna see it. There is a method to what he's doing, and I think he's the new guy on the block, but I think he's gonna take over. And if you're hating on it, it's weird, because he's bringing all the best fights possible.
But if Ryan wins and does it in style, everything changes. He's back in the driver's seat, controlling the momentum, silencing the doubters, rewriting the post-Tank loss narrative, and positioning himself as one of the top contenders in the division again. Let's be honest, boxing needs stars right now, and Ryan is one of the few with crossover appeal, but he has to earn it again. Not just with flash, but with fire and finishes. As for Rolly, he's playing spoiler now. Nothing to lose, no pressure. He's the chaos agent in this whole operation. If he pulls off the upset, even by accident, or with one wild punch, the sport takes a left turn. And knowing Rolly, that's exactly the kind of ending he'd love. He's not in it for legacy. He's in it for mayhem.
Tremendous fighter. He's a tremendous fighter. The only people he cannot beat happens to be myself, Gervonta Davis, and the pressure.
So when fight night arrives, the ring will feel smaller than its actual size. It'll be tight, tense, and electric. Because when you put Garcia's precision and speed against Romero's brawling power and unpredictability, you don't just get a fight, you get a fuse. And the moment that first clean shot lands, whether it's Garcia's hook or Rolly's overhand right, everything else will fade away. No press conferences, no predictions, no posturing.
Ryan's quick, man. I'll just tell you something. Like, I remember from my fight days, I'm a bit old now, but I'm scared of the guy whose hands you can't see. Those are the ones to be afraid of.
It seems, Ryan's left hook might just do the job. Ryan Garcia's corner isn't just confident, they're expectant. Oscar De La Hoya, his longtime promoter and one of boxing's most iconic figures, has made it clear that Ryan is stepping into the ring with vengeance in his heart. He's coming for revenge, Oscar declared, referencing the way critics turned on Ryan after his loss to Gervonta Davis. This fight against Rolly isn't just about victory, it's personal. It's about silencing the doubters and reminding the world exactly who Ryan Garcia is.
They can do some damage. And Ryan Garcia, look, he's coming off. It's going to be about a year now. He's hungry. He's hungry to get on.
The belief goes deeper than just the promotional front. Ryan's own father, Henry Garcia, has been closely observing his son in training camp and says the version of Ryan stepping into Times Square on May 2nd is not the same kid people remember. He's a changed man, Henry told the media. More focused than ever, more patient, and more dangerous. Gone is the erratic energy. In its place is a matured, sharpened warrior who understands what's at stake.
Do you think it goes a distance, Rolly and your son?
I don't see it right now because the way Ryan is, when he's focused, look what happens to his opponent. You know, I mean, he does drop him. So when he's focused like this, he's very dangerous.
And let's not forget, Ryan's been in this game for a long time. He turned pro at 17 and has been fighting top talent under the spotlight ever since. His experience goes beyond the ring. It's about living with pressure, setbacks, and bouncing back. Against a wild puncher like Rolly, that edge matters. The team isn't just hoping for a win. They're bracing for fireworks, and they believe Ryan's going to end the show with a bang. But what can we expect to see when the night arrives?